Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to break down the Sunday Night Football Draftkings Showdown slate. Um, Football starts tomorrow. It's Saturday. Tomorrow starts football. We have the main slate. You should go check out all the videos for that. And then we got Sunday Night Football, which is what this is for. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, leave a comment. All those things really help me out. I've had a lot of growth throughout NASCAR, NBA season. Now we're trying to have a lot of growth throughout NFL as well. If you want to subscribe to my Patreon, I'll put the link in the description below. And if you want to follow me on social media, I'll put that down below as well. But yeah, I think that's really all I got to say on that. Let's get into this breakdown. So, showdowns. If you played the Thursday night one opener, I mean, you know that you saw. I think that it's really hard for quarterbacks in your captain spot to really beat a way to win. For me, what I always say is I want quarterbacks to have a good bit of rushing upside if I'm going to put them in my captain spot. And like here we are with like Dak Prescott, who I mean has a little bit, but not really. Like that's not what you're going for. So he's not someone I'm really thinking about putting in my captain spot, or Jared Goff at all. I don't want either of these two as a captain, but I think they're both good plays individually. This game is going to be a very high scoring game. It's like I think the second highest total game of the entire week behind that Thursday night game, so at 51.5. So the matchups look very good on both sides. Two defenses that are they're not bad, but they're not good. So just not really a place that I really want to go to. Is the quarterbacks, but this is a game or on captain. But just in general, I want to play these two quarterbacks in flex spots all over the place. I mean, Jared Goff's like only $9,400, and Prescott's a little bit expensive at $10,800. But this Cowboys offense expects to be very explosive. If we want to go into the individual matchups, we can go look at the offensive line versus defensive line matchup. It is positive for the Cowboys, and yeah, it's gonna be negative all year for the Rams. Their offensive line's garbage. So I mean, the Cowboys defense line isn't even like that good, but like. The Rams' defense line is just bad. When we go look at the receivers that these quarterbacks have, we got Amari Cooper, Gallup, and rookie CeeDee Lamb for Dallas, and then Robert Woods, Josh Reynolds, and Cooper Kupp in the slot for the Rams. The corners, Jalen Ramsey, Troy Hill, David Long Jr. for the Rams, and then Chidobe Awuzie, rookie Trayvon Diggs, and Anthony Brown for the Dallas Cowboys. When we go look at the overall wide receiver versus corners, it's positive on both sides. When we go look at the tight ends, Blake Jarwin, Tyler Higbee, expect to be the starting tight ends. I think Gerald Everett could get a little bit of run, but I wouldn't be, not really too high on that. When we go look at the tight end versus position, they're both positive matchups on both sides. Taylor Rapp, John Johnson III are going to be in the safety spot for the Rams, and Xavier Woods and Darian Thompson in the safety spot for the Cowboys. None of them are really any that good. Xavier Woods grades out the best out of all of them. So overall, they both have very positive grades. Dak Prescott having a better one. I think he's probably going to be the higher scoring quarterback on the slate. I think he's going to be one of the higher scoring quarterbacks all year, honestly. So definitely someone I want to look to here is Dak and Jared Goff. Especially like if you're going to play one of the wide receivers or the tight ends in the captain spot, you definitely want to have their quarterback. So that's just always my rule when I'm making lineups. Make sure to have, if I'm playing a wide receiver or a tight end or a running back that catches the ball, but not always for the running back. Like you have to have the quarterback of that team in there. So that's just important for showdowns. Let's go over to the tight ends sheet where there's really only there might be three tight ends I'm a little bit interested in. Blake Bell, not really too interested in there. But Blake Jarwin at $9,300 for a captain spot and $6,200 for a flex spot. I mean, if you want to put him in the captain, that's okay, but it's probably not where I'm going to go. I think more than likely he's not going to be the winning captain. At $6,200 in the flex, I like him better. And then when we go to Gerald Everett at $1,500 in captain, I won't put him there, but $1,000 in the flex for Gerald Everett's fine. Like he should play a good percentage of snaps, especially if they go two tight end instead of three wide receiver sets. He's going to be the number 2 receiving tight end behind Higbee, but I don't hate it. I think he's like he can catch like a few balls, and that $1,000 will pay off, but probably not going to be a tournament winning play. But I mean, if he catches a touchdown, it is. And we saw Jordan Akins, number 2 tight end I think he'll be number 1 tight end honestly this year. I think he's better than Fells, but at the start of the year, the number 2 tight end in Houston catch a touchdown the other day in the Houston game. So I mean, it can happen, but probably not something I want to like. If I'm playing one lineup, I'm not playing Everett, but if I'm playing a bunch of them, yeah, I'll get to some. Tyler Higbee at $10,800. I think he's fine in the captain spot, but I think some of these receivers probably have a little bit more upside. $7,200 for the flex spot. We can go look at their overall grade out after everything. As you see, Blake Jarwin does grade out very, very well. Higbee's grades out pretty good, and Everett's all right. But yeah, Blake Jarwin grades out very, very well. The Rams honestly might have the worst linebacking group in the entire league. Like it's bad. So Blake Jarwin's got a good matchup there. If you want to put him in captain, that's fine. It's probably not where I'm going to go. I usually only run like 4 captains, and I already chose my 4, and I don't think Blake Jarwin's going to be one of them. Just missed the cut. Same with Higbee. I don't think either of them are going to be my captains, but definitely someone to like keep an eye out for. Next, we're going to go to wide receivers, where we have the ones I'm going to put some interest in. We'll go start from Amari Cooper for Dallas. I'm actually not as interested as I think a lot of people are going to be in Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper might actually be someone I don't play. If you know a lot about Amari Cooper, he's a guy that, he's like hit or miss. Some weeks he'll be really on, and some weeks he'll be really off. And then, but when he's really off, you have Michael Gallup, who's like really good, getting a lot of run. So, even if Amari Cooper's not doing good, Michael Gallup's still going to produce. And this week, Amari Cooper's going to get shadowed by Jalen Ramsey, who's one of the best corners in the league. And I don't really like that. I mean, yeah, Amari Cooper's really good. I'll probably have some exposure to him, but I don't think I mean, he was originally like one of my captain choice, but then getting down deeper into it, I think I'm leaning maybe towards not going that way. So, I mean, I'm just not as high on him, I think, as other people are. I'm not a huge Amari Cooper fan anyway. I don't really think he's like that good. I think Michael Gallup is going to be better. I would not be surprised if Michael Gallup outproduces Amari Cooper this year in Dallas. So I don't like that individual matchup. But if Jalen Ramsey doesn't shadow, but Jalen Ramsey usually shadows. Like it's rare that he doesn't. Then I think he's fine because those other corners, Troy Hill and David Long, aren't good. But then Michael Gallup on the other side at 12,000. I love Michael Gallup today. He's probably my favorite play on the entire slate. He's number 2 receiver, has a beautiful matchup in a high, fast-paced game. So I do like going to Michael Gallup a lot. CeeDee Lamb at 5,800. I wouldn't play him in captain spot, but in the flex, I think he's fine. He's going to be playing in the slot against David Long Jr., which grades out pretty solidly, I believe. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb, he's a rookie. We don't know anything about. We know everything about him in college. He's very, very good, but he's probably in theory going to be number 3 or 4 most targeted guy on his offense. So maybe not someone who's going to be that involved early, but I think he's still someone worth a shot in tournament or in showdowns. Next, we'll go to the LA Rams, where I definitely like getting to some Robert Woods, who we'll talk about first. $7,800 in the flex, $11,700 for captain. I like him in both spots. He's probably going to be the most targeted receiver in his offense, especially if they go with 2 tight end sets instead of 3 wide receiver sets, which is what we saw at the end of the year last year down the stretch, which is why Robert Woods was such a high value in fantasy football this year. Everyone was going after him because they just think he's going to get targeted a ton. That touchdown regression should come back. And he's going to get guarded by Chidobe Awuzie, who, isn't really, good. He's a solid corner. Not bad, but Robert Woods grades out way better than him. So, I definitely like going to get some Robert Woods this week. I think he's just a solid option in a captain spot. Josh Reynolds at 3,200 is someone I want to put in flex spots, but not in captain spots. He's also going to be going up against rookie Trevon Diggs, who's going to get the start, who, in my opinion, is not ready to be a starting cornerback in the NFL. After him in college, I wasn't that big on him, but I see the potential. I just don't think he's there yet. So Josh Reynolds could get deep on him for one play. That's going to be great. Or even Robert Woods, that's fine. And then Cooper Kupp in the slot at $8,400. I'm a little worried about Cooper Kupp this year. I don't think he's going to get his targeted as much as he has been in the past, but he's still Cooper Kupp. He still has a ton of upside. He still gets a ton of usage in the red zone. So definitely someone that I have my radar on. Definitely a possible captain choice here. And someone that is going to be – he's just going to be in a ton of flex lines for me. I just really want to go after him. He's more expensive than Michael Gallup, though, which is kind of surprising. But I think the Rams probably will be playing from behind this game, or this game's going to score a ton, be a huge shootout game. So I definitely like getting some Cooper Kupp. And then Van Jefferson, who's going to figure to be number 4 receiver at $1,600. He plays a few snaps, gets a few catches. He's going to be good. I think he's a solid option to play. It's just a solid cheap guy to have in your lineups. I don't usually like going to the super cheap guys in showdowns, but you have 2 receivers. We have this receiver here. 2 receivers, him and Reynolds, who are both going to be out there a good bit. And we know Van Jefferson was impressing in camp. So as a slot receiver. So you just sometimes you get guys like that are just okay, I can understand why I'm playing them, and you'll go after him, but none of these $200 guys ever. So, and if they catch touchdown, whatever, but I'll live with it. If we want to go look up at the overall matchups, they're all probably going to project out well. Look, Robert Woods projects out very well. Reynolds is a little slightly negative. Cooper Kupp projects out well. Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, they're projecting out pretty solidly as well. So, CeeDee Lamb doesn't have a PPR or PFF rating. So, I think they look good. There are definitely some guys who want in a captain. And then we'll go over to the last game, or the last position, the running backs, where my top captain choice is going to be Zeke. It's usually going to be Zeke when Dallas plays. He's just so good. He's one of the best running backs in the league, behind one of the best offensive lines in the league. He's $10,400 for flex, $15,600 for captain. He's probably my favorite captain play. I just really like going there. He's just in a very good matchup. Let's go look at the overall. Offense versus defense. It doesn't look good for the offensive lines versus defensive lines rushing ability, but because there's Aaron Donald on the other side, but the rest of those guys aren't that good, so I'm not really too worried about it. Definitely want to get some Ezekiel Elliott at captain. He's just going to get the ball at least 20 times. He gets used to it in the passing game. Gets all the red zone touches. He gets all the touches for his team. He'll get 20 plus a game, even if they're trailing. So yeah, Zeke's definitely someone I want some exposure to. I'm not going to get any Tony Pollard. If Zeke gets hurt and Tony Pollard goes off, oh well, you live with it. That's just not something you're trying to bank on. And then we go look at the LA Rams, where Cam Akers, Malcolm Brown look to split. I think Darrell Henderson's probably not going to play. If he plays, that makes him a little bit interesting, but still not really. I don't even want Malcolm Brown. He's just not really good. I'll play some Cam Akers because I think Cam Akers is a stud. I think he's going to be one of the best running backs in this draft. I think he's the most underrated running back in this draft. Had him ranked third coming out. So, yeah, I think Cam Akers is going to be a very good player, and if he can get going in this game, I wouldn't be that surprised. I think he's better than Malcolm Brown. So, I think he's someone to play in flex, but definitely not going to any of these running backs and captain. But yeah, I think that's really all I got to say on this Showdown slate. Hope you guys really enjoyed this. Got some good information out of it. I'm about to film my injury video, and then that's it for the week. Well, Monday night video I'll probably film tomorrow. But for Sunday football, that's it. So thank you guys for checking out. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you want to subscribe to the Patreon, go for it. But yeah, I think that's all I got to say. Thanks, guys.